This is a shur on Tefila. We are right on Erev Tisha B'Av. You know what Tisha B'Av, we say Tefila of Nachem. Now, in the end of the Nachem says, Ki ata Hashem, because you are God, Ba'esh Esata, with the fire, you consumed her, with the Yerushalayim, the Tamid got into fire, with the fire got destroyed, and with the fire, you will rebuild it, rebuild her in future. Like the apostle says in Navi, I will be for her, Hashem says, wall of fire. Around it, the kabut, and glorious I will be inside. They were very interesting. Yachad Kollel is saying that the same fire that I destroy, I rebuild. In other words, it's an interesting idea that, the same thing that destroys you, the same thing is going to build you. A lot of times, what destroys a person wants to stay away from it, that person. The stick that the person got punished through his teacher, later on, they make out of that stick a cane for somebody that for that person that cannot walk, that can't walk. It looks funny. And the other thing is more than that. They tell us, Azal tell us, that Tisha B'Av becomes Yom Tov. Imagine a lady is divorced. And we tell her, on the day that you got divorced, when you get married, she would say, Ribbono Shel Olam, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, for 364 days in calendar. Why should I get married on the day that I got divorced? What is it that on the day that I got divorced I should get married? Does that make sense? There are 364 days. Why should it be like that? When you think about it, the only way that could make sense that a person should get married on the day that got divorced is that the first divorce helped her a new marriage, made her to have a better marriage, better relationship, harmonious home. And she sees that this harmonious home came about through that there was a continuation of that divorce. Divorce was not a disaster, and through disaster, okay, now I have a new plan of life, that's better. No, it's a continuation of that. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is telling us that Tisha B'Av is not a revenge, it's not a punishment, it's a tikkun. A lot of times, destroying the home makes you to think that you need to to revisit your foundation, make a new foundation. That's like Ben Hamid Sarim, it's called between narrow lines. Means the person gets stuck someplace in Makom Lanus. He didn't have a time, he didn't have a place to run away. No, you can't run away. Is it better or it's worse? One would think it's worse. But in reality, it's the best thing that happened to a person. Because till when do you want to run away? Running away makes things worse and worse and worse. It's like a snowball. Snowball becomes greater and greater and greater. That comes from and to the earth. Khurban Bet Hamildash means that our foundation is not right. We have to revisit our foundation and build it up. Because if you construct a building on the sand, whatever that you spend money on it goes in waste. Therefore, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is saying, now you build up a new foundation, and through that foundation, therefore, the stem of the fire is the fire of love. Fire that doesn't want you to have illusionary life and waste your time and your life to understand what's going on in your life. That fire that destroys and makes you aware that you need to revisit your foundation, that fire is fire of love, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Fire of love. That fire itself is there to build. From the beginning was building. Building is the first lot of times we tell ourselves that, we don't have sinat chinam. We don't have sinah. You don't have hatred. You don't imagine somebody is planting a tree. At the time of planting, as an ox is cutting the tree down. At the same time that says salvation, I want to have salvation. See, a lot of times we have sinah. That's called sinat chinam. Why is it sinat chinam? How could it be chinam? Because see, I tell you why. Sometimes you are blaming somebody for nothing. He never did it. In life, a lot of times happens that you are blaming somebody and you are mistaken. He never did it. That's one type of sin. There's another type of sinah, sinat chinam, that you miscalculate somebody. In other words, somebody did something and he felt that it's doing me a favor. And you took it not as a favor, but never discussed it with him. No, see, I don't like it, I don't want it. You didn't communicate with him. And it becomes, problem and problem. A lot of times people do things and you don't like it, you have to communicate, you have to let them know. Third case is that he did something viciously to you. You know why? Because you did something worse to him and you are not aware of it, you don't know. Therefore, a lot of times communication and talking and communicating together, that solves the problem. A person a lot of times sees that, is a hatred here for nothing, just talking, and a lot of times getting somebody in between and to resolve it. A lot of times miscalculation is a perspective. My Rosh Yeshiva said, if you feel the other person that it deals with you is Rasha Merusha, it's 100% Rasha, they will do something wrong. You see? Because nobody is 100% a wicked person. Everybody has a perspective. Everybody has a vision. Everybody has a computer. Now there's a miscalculation, misunderstanding, misfollowing, a little bit viciousness, but totally Russia doesn't exist. Does not exist like that. Therefore, all of these things, Chazal called it sinat chinam, another sinah that could have been repaired, could have been fixed. And that's why Rosh Baruch Hu is saying that this fire that destroyed the home, to make us understand that we have to revisit our foundation and make it, is a fire, the same fire, is fire of love. Fire of love to make you understand and to rebuild it. It's the awareness that we're going to have on the Shabbat, is that Hashem to make the bricks of the new Beit HaMikdash.